Imagine if you only had 2 days to write, film, and produce a short film from scratch. That is exactly what more than 1,000 teams will be facing this year in 58 cities across 5 continents. Mark Ruppert, along with Liz Langston, is the co-creator of the 48-hour film contest.
Back in the late 90s, I read an article about 2 of the women who started the 24-hour play competition. I thought this was so cool and would be fantastic for video. I knew, however, that we needed more time, so the idea of 48 hours came to me.
In May 2001, he enlisted local filmmakers in Washington to try out the experiment. In a matter of years, the 48-hour film concept has spread around the world. Ruppert says one of the reasons for its popularity is the recent filmmaking boom. With technology less expensive and readily available, more people are breaking into filmmaking than ever before. The contest is simple. Teams attend a launch ceremony where they draw a film genre from a hat. Until then, they have no idea of the kind of film they will produce. Before the contest begins, the only elements that filmmakers can plan are film locations and teams. Kelly Slagle is a computer programmer by day and a burgeoning actress by night. She has also directed several 48-hour films.
We actually pulled Western/musical as our first genre and decided that we didn't want to do that. So we went for the wildcard genre, so that upped the mystery even further at the genre kickoff meeting. And so they assigned us historical fiction, and at that point we were left with very few choices as to how to go about this, since our only location was an office space and an RV.
Since much of her team belongs to an acting troupe, she quickly checked to see if they had costumes to create historical characters. Once costumes were established, the writing began. For many, including Slagle, writing the script is the most challenging aspect of the contest, as filming must begin the following day for teams to make the deadline. Slagle's script tells the story of famous historical characters meeting each other in a reality TV show parody.
The Empire requires your services.
In one scene, the Roman Emperor Nero beseeches Betsy Ross, famous for sewing the first American flag, to create a new flag for the Roman Empire. Her team finished their film on time, as did about 2/3 of the 100 teams that participated last year in Washington. Despite a lack of sleep, most people in the contest love the experience.
It's kind of like skydiving. It's an adrenaline rush, except it takes a couple of days instead of just a few minutes. It guarantees that a movie will be made because of the time limit. Because a lot of times people attempt to make independent films and can't keep the crew interested or the cast on board or the equipment available. And doing it for one weekend with a deadline, even to boot, makes you get it done. And that's the best part for me, is that I know I will have a finished product at the end of the weekend that I can show to people.
The greatest satisfaction is hearing the filmmakers after the weekend. Quite a few people come up to us and say, "This was the best weekend I've ever had." And, there's nothing greater than that.
Shortly after Kelly Slagle and others finish the 48 hours of filmmaking, the films from each city are screened at local theaters.
And action!
Past winners have gone on to make feature films and direct television shows. Brent Hurd, Voice of America.